Hello, family. Welcome to another exciting episode here on Scenic Sunsets. Today, I will take you on a journey to the land of kings, queens, and tribal chiefs, the cradle of mankind, the richest continent you will find, Al-Kebulan, the motherland. This is Africa. In this video, I will share with you all 54 African countries with their capital cities in alphabetical order, and I'll throw in a fun fact about each and every country. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more content and to support our project. Now, let's get into it. First up, welcome to Africa's largest economy measured by GDP, producer of the second most movies in the world. It sits at the delta of the third longest river in Africa, with over 250 ethnic groups and 500 languages. Home to the world-renowned dish of jollof rice, plantain, and yam. This is the capital city of Africa, Nigeria. Second, Accra, the capital city of Ghana. This is the closest country to the center point of the standard world map, where the point longitude, prime meridian, and latitude, equator, are 0 degrees. The lovely Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the only African country to have not been colonized. And women with the most alluring countenance in Africa. You know, when you look at the countenance, the face of an Ethiopian woman, you get mesmerized. Fourth, Algeria, the African country with the least external government debt. Ikoloto. They don't know that. And they're top 3 in the world. African leaders, take notes. Antananarivo, Madagascar, the country with the highest ratio of endemic species after Brazil. Endemic species are animals found in one region and nowhere else in the world. We are winning. We are winning. Asmara, Eritrea. They have a law which states that all languages are equal. Therefore, there is no official language in the country. You know, this is peculiar. We are still making skin colors equal in other African countries. They are already on language. We need some fried chips and ketchup. 7th place, Bamako, the capital city of Mali. This is home to the largest mud-based structure in the world, the Great Mosque of Djenné. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. 8. Bangui, Central African Republic, the 5th lowest carbon dioxide emission per capita in the world. We are winning this thing, man. 9th, Banjul, Gambia. Look, half of the country is separated by a river running right through it. So when you look at the map of it, there's a line on the river going through it. Beautiful. In 10th place, Bissau, Guinea-Bissau. So in South Africa, we have .co.za as our country's domain, right? In Gambia, they have .gw. However, there are only 23 official registered websites in the whole country. Are people not creating websites? Our business is not. In fact, call me. Send an email. Drop me an email. I will create the website for you. My goodness, I offer website services as well. 11th, Brazzaville, capital city of the Republic of the Congo, not to be confused with the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Republic of Congo is the worst city ranking in property price to income ratio, unnecessarily super expensive. 12, Bujumbura, Burundi. Sorghum beer, get this, sorghum beer is consumed from large parts with a straw. 13. Cairo, Egypt. Oh, I love this. The first ancient civilization to have made remarkable contributions in mathematics, medicine, engineering, and astrology, including the astrological-based solar calendar of 365 days divided into 12 months of 30 days each. These guys calculated that and formulated the strategy. Other countries have taken credit for all of this. I will not name them, but I will name them. Greek, the Romans. 14. South Africa. The only country in the world to have 3 capital cities. Cape Town, the legislative capital, Pretoria, the administrative capital, and Bloemfontein, the judicial capital. South Africa is second to the USA in terms of being the most diverse country in the world. However, it is number 1 ranking in women with the finest nyash on this planet. South African women's nyash remain undefeated, undisputed. There's quality and there's quantity. When we talk about the volume times mass equals happiness. "15. Conakry, Guinea. Not to be confused with Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea, Guyana, Papua Guinea, French Guinea, Guinea pig, but it is the most populated nation among the Guineas. 16. Dakar, Senegal. Get this, in 2022, Senegal became the first African country to host the Youth Olympic Games. Well, they couldn't give us the actual thing, so we got a beginner's menu. There's more greater to come. It's a sign. We'll host the Olympics in Dakar someday. Watch the space. 17. Dodoma, Tanzania. Home to the largest mountain in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. The largest migration of animals. And top 3 among the finest women in Africa. So chocolate doesn't taste the same in Zanzibar, man. But I'll tell you guys more once I get a tasting for myself. For now, take my word for it. 18. Djibouti, capital city of Djibouti. Now, this is so couth. The national animal is an elk, which is the largest member of the deer family. But there are no elks in the country. You see African leaders and dreamlike mentality. 19. Freetown, Sierra Leone. Due to a high illiteracy rate, 72% of the population consume information via radio on a daily. Damn. I need to go and host online classes there. 20. Gaborone, Botswana. Home to the Okavango Delta, which is the largest inland delta in the world, a natural wonder and a World Heritage Site. 21. Harare, Zimbabwe. During the years 2007 and 2009, the hyperinflation peak moment reached a high of 89 sextillion% in Zimbabwe. But let me tell you what can save Zimbabwe. I have seen content producers go on trips to Zimbabwe. The natural habitat is beautiful. The tourism in Zimbabwe can put Zimbabwe back on the map. Take my word for it. 22. Juba, South Sudan. This is the youngest independence in the world. They only got it just yesterday, July 2011. And they have a world record for the highest GDP growth in 2019. 23. Kampala, Uganda. Due to a long presence of the colonizer, UK, Ugandians are said to be the best English speakers in Africa. Wow. I wish they could say the same about the economy. But anyway, nice English never really got us anyway, so... 24. Khartoum, Sudan. Now, Egypt might have the largest pyramids, but Sudan has the most pyramids, which is about 220, just around the Nile River. These were built 800 years after the Great Pyramids of Giza. Do not confuse Sudan with South Sudan, by the way, for those who do not know. It was one country and then they split up like the Beatles. 25. Kigali, Rwanda. Some of the finest women on this planet. Rwanda is Africa's highest percentage of arable land, which means 57% of the country is cultivated, and it is 7th spot on the global scale. 26. Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm looking for 100 people to invest $1,000 so that we can install turbines under the Inga Falls. The rapids and cascades at the Inga Fall can provide hydroelectric power for the entire continent of Africa. Give me a call. '27. Libreville, Gabon. Here, 85% of the country is covered by forest. So the country is with the highest percentage of forested area in Africa. We are winning. 28. Lilongwe, Malawi. This is home to the most prehistoric rock arts than anywhere else in the world, with over 127 isolated sites with carvings dating back to the Stone Age. 29. Lome, Togo. This used to be home to about 37 different tribes until the Germans transferred it to the French after World War I. It's like a piece of personal property. They're just passing it on to one another. The insulting, degrading, humiliating, unspeakable, redundant, retrogressive, remarkable, nincompoops. 30. Luanda, Angola. Now, while other African countries export agricultural resources, Angola is Africa's largest exporter of crude oil. 31. Lusaka, Zambia. Murishani. In my next video, I'm going to say hello in the official language of all 31 of these African countries, or except that one with no national language. Zambia. Despite it being an inland country, yet it is home to the largest waterfall in the world. Beautiful, don't you think? 32. Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. Now, the initial capital city was located on an island about 200 kilometers from the mainland. Only recently, there have been constructions of a new capital at the center of the city. Now they're thinking. 33. Mbabane, Eswatini. Formerly called Swaziland, this is the last remaining absolute monarchy in Africa. 34. Maputo, Mozambique. Now, no African country has suffered the fate of colonization like Moz. They were among the first territory to have been taken over since the 15th century. The Portuguese have ruled there for over 473 years, the longest than any other African country. 35. Maseru, Lesotho. It is completely surrounded by South Africa. On the map, it looks like a country in a country. Now, the entire country lays up on a mountain, making it the country with the highest low point in the world, with its lowest point measuring about 1,400 meters above sea level, higher than any other country in the world. 36. Mogadishu, Somalia. This is a record holder for the African country with the lowest prevalence of HIV and AIDS, which is less than 0.5% of the population. People are behaving in Somalia, yeah? People are behaving. People are zipping up and they're keeping their skirts very low. 37. Monrovia, Liberia. The entire country of Liberia is said to have originated from freed American slaves, which were about 10,000 of whom sailed here in the 1800s, just after slavery was abolished in America. They remained independent during the entire colonization of Africa. My question is, did they find this land empty? Or did they find people already living there? If they found people already living there, that place had a name. It was not called Liberia. And they're not all descendants of freed slaves. So please, change your narrative. 38. Moroni, Comoros. Ooh, for every square kilometer in Comoros, right, there are 450 people living there. This is a large, dense population of 850,688 people. There's too many of you. Not enough space for everyone. 39. Nairobi, Kenya. So the largest ethnic group in Kenya, called the Kikuyu, live near Mount Kenya, which is the second largest mountain in Africa. Now, they don't recognize the country's national language as their main. This goes to show the stubbornness from the majority while the minority are in power. Instead, they speak Swahili and English. 40. Jamena, Chad. It used to have one of the largest lakes in Africa, which was about 26,000 square kilometers. However, over the years, it has shrunk down to less than 1.5 square kilometers. This breaks my heart, you know? The Bible says water is life, and now they have less of it. 41. Niamey, Niger. Home to the largest protected area of wildlife in Africa. It is called the Tintuma National Nature Reserve. 42. Nouakchott, Mauritania. Record for the last country in the world to abolish slavery. What were you waiting for? To abolish slavery until 2007. And we know that the slave trade is still continuing in Africa to this day. And I have a prime suspect. Mauritania. 43. Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Officially the hottest country in the world, with a world record of 47.5 degrees Celsius. I wish they were not only the hottest country, but with the hottest women. Anyway. 44. Port Louis, Mauritius. The second largest island in Africa, with an only Hindu population. Wait, what's going on? Mauritius, an African island with a Hindu population. Rajesh, what have you done? "45. Porto Novo, Benin. Initially established to accommodate slave trade with the Americans. Yeah, the capital is just a front, hey? It is neither the largest city, nor does it have governmental functions. Underneath all that, they created it just to, trade slaves to America. 46. Praia, Cape Verde. This is home to only a single indigenous mammal, the long-eared bat. 47. Rabat, Morocco. This is home to the oldest university in the world, Al-Qarawiyyin, founded in the year 859 CE. So, while Europeans were creating theories in their backyards, playing with apples, force applied into what, Africans were already in higher learning institutions. Excuse you! 48. Sao Tome, capital city of Sao Tome and Principe. The third oldest government in Africa. Independent since the year 1975. 49. Tripoli, Libya. Unfortunately, they're cursed with such horrible soil that 75% of food is imported. Oof. 50. Tunisia. I found that the conqueror of Rome was an African from Tunisia by the name of Hannibal Barca. Look, we did it once, we can do it again. 51. Victoria, Seychelles. It has a population of 100,000 people, spread across over 115 islands. I need to go see this for myself. 52. Windhoek, Namibia, the least densely populated country in Africa, ranking 3rd in the world. I saw a video of Windhoek, Namibia, and it just looks so deserted. I was asking myself, where's everyone? Also, it's got the largest canyon in Africa and thousands of inhabitable desert area. Oh well, that explains everything. Yamoussoukro, Côte d'Ivoire, the world's largest producer and exporter of cocoa beans, which is used to make chocolate. Without us, the Swiss couldn't be getting any of the credit. That'll change. Watch this space. And finally, 54, Yaoundé, Cameroon, the wettest place in Africa and 6th in the world. There's more rain here than anywhere else in Africa. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. One day the African dream will come alive when the children of Africa will come together as one. One people, one currency, one nation. The United States of Africa. Sounds like a dream, but it'll one day come through. One love.